Hey up everyone, welcome back to the Rugby League History channel. I hope you're all well on this Monday, wherever you may be in the world. Tonight's video is going to be my top 5 worst NRL stadium names. Now when I talk about stadium names, I'm talking about sponsorship names. Before I get into that video though, I'm currently at 673 subscribers. My next goal is to get to 700. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so, it greatly helps out the channel. And thanks to everyone that's recently joined, it means a lot. So I've got a top 5 worst NRL stadiums names here. Just remember this is my own opinion. Feel free to leave your comments in the section below whether you agree or disagree. Coming in at number 5 tonight, I've chosen Aussie Stadium. This was the sponsorship name for the Sydney Football Stadium between 2002 and 2007. I remember when they first announced the deal, I was reading the paper and I went, Aussie Stadium? What's that? And this was through John Simon, who was the founder and owner of Aussie Home Loans. I never liked the sound of the stadium name. I never liked the sponsorship deal. For someone that had known the ground to be the Sydney Football Stadium from 1988 up until 2001, and then all of a sudden it became Aussie Stadium, it never really worked with me. It'd be like if they changed the sponsorship name or they changed the ground name of the Sydney Cricket Ground from, say, the SCG to the McDonald's Big Mac Centre or something like that. That's just how it kind of felt when they changed the name of the Sydney Football Stadium. And thankfully, at the end of 2007, it went back to being known as the SFS. Coming at number 4 tonight is Shark Park. Now, it was known as Remondis Stadium between 2013 and 2015. If you don't know who Remondis are as a company, they're a waste collection company. So basically, they're like the garbage people that come and collect your garbage. They also recycle water and stuff like that. They became the naming rights of Shark Park between 2013 and 2015. Once again, it's a horrible sounding name. And if you actually know what the company is, as I just mentioned, it makes it sound even worse, because it's kind of, we're playing at Remondis Stadium today, and then you kind of think these are the people that collect rubbish and garbage. And also between 2013 and 2015, Cronulla didn't really have a good time. They had the Asada investigation. They had a wooden spoon in 2014. And I think their fortunes changed once they got rid of the Remondis naming rights from the ground. Coming in at number 3 is 1300 Smiles Stadium, also known as the Willows Sports Complex. That's the actual official name of the ground. So between 2013 and 2019, North Queensland's home ground was sponsored by 1300 Smiles Stadium. And they're like a dentistry group. They're up in Townsville, apparently. Now, this name, when I first heard of it, I burst out laughing. I was smiling, like 1300 Smiles Stadium. Can you imagine being an opposition player and you get asked, oh, where are you playing this week? And they go, 1300 Smiles Stadium. I mean, it doesn't sound very intimidating, does it? Funnily enough, North Queensland had a pretty good record up there when they played under the 1300 Smiles Stadium banner. They won a premiership there in 2015. I just think that the name of the ground just sounded daft. I mean, for a rugby league venue, 1300 Smiles does sound quite silly. One thing I didn't mind about it though was whenever a team lost up at 1300 Smiles Stadium, I used to joke and say, well, it's 1300 tears for them tonight, not 1300 smiles. But I'm glad that with this new ground that North Queensland's moved to, it's at least a decent sounding name. Queensland Country Bank Stadium sounds a bit better than 1300 Smiles Stadium. Coming at number 2 is Lottoland, which is Brookfield Oval. So in 2017, after 70 years has been known as Brookfield Oval, Manly struck a deal with Lottoland. It was a multi-million-dollar deal. I know why Manly did it, because they were a bit short of money and they wanted to get some income into the club. But to name the ground Lottoland, I know a lot of Manly fans and a lot of people that weren't happy with it. One thing I do enjoy about some of the rugby league personalities, especially on Channel 9 and Fox League and all that, when they're calling the game, they don't really call it Lottoland. They still continue to call it Brookfield Oval. The fans still continue to call it Brookfield Oval. I don't know when the deal with Lottoland ends, but hopefully it's in the next year or so, because I think it's a daft name for a stadium once again, especially a rugby league venue. I mean, if you're an opposition player and you get asked where you're playing this week and someone says Lottoland and you kind of go, Lottoland? I thought we were playing a game of rugby league, not, you know, having a game on the fruit machines or something like that. So Lottoland comes in at number 2. And at number 1, in my personal opinion, the worst NRL stadium name or sponsorship name goes to Pepper Stadium. Now it's now known as Penrith Stadium or Panthers Stadium. Historically it was known as Penrith Park, but between 2015 and 2017 it was called Pepper Stadium. When I first heard this, I was listening to the radio, and I was driving and they went, oh, they're playing a trial match at Pepper Stadium, and I went, what, hang on a moment, and drove over and I went, Pepper Stadium? What the fuck is that? And I looked on my phone and it says Penrith struck a new deal with this finance company and they're going to rename the ground Pepper Stadium, and I went, Salt and Pepper Stadium? Pepper Steak Stadium? Sounds daft to me, like. Now, a funny thing that I should mention is that the Penrith the head of football at the time at Penrith, one of the people that actually championed the idea to change the name to Pepper Stadium was none other than Justin Pascoe, the current CEO of the West Tigers. So not only was he making bad decisions back then, he's still making bad decisions now. So in my personal opinion, Pepper Stadium, Penrith Park is the worst sponsorship name and the worst NRL stadium name I can think of, and the worst one I've heard. A special mention goes to St Helens ground. I'm a St Helens fan. Initially the new ground that they built was called Langtree Park, but in 2017 they struck a deal with this electronic cigarette company and tobacco company called Totally Wicked. So from 2017 onwards the ground's been known as the Totally Wicked Stadium. The Totally Wicked Stadium. I mean, maybe if you're at a skate park or like a surfing event or something like that, a Totally Wicked might fit in there, but for rugby league, it just sounds daft. I mean, if you're at a skate park, you can go, whoa, dude, Totally Wicked. You know, what a backflip there, kickflip, whatever they do. Or if you're surfing, you go, cowabunga, dude, Totally Wicked. But rugby league just doesn't fit in. And I cringe, as a St Helens fan, I cringe whenever they go, St Helens is at home next week and they're playing at the Totally Wicked Stadium, and I kind of go, oh, fuck me dead, fucking hell, shite. I just call it Langtree Park myself. But that's me top 5 worst NRL stadium names, sponsorship names. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to maybe put in some other sponsorship names for stadiums in there, feel free to do so. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. And also, I run the Rugby League History Instagram and Facebook pages, so go check those out. I put a link in the description below. Anyways, everyone, this is Rugby League History signing off, and I'll catch you all later in the next video. Alright, tatty bye now.